hear me?
Hello. Yes, I can hear you. Can you
No,
hear?
I'm glad to see you. Yes, I can. I'm
Yes,
hearing you well.
me too. I'm
Hello,
glad.
good morning.
Good morning, Julia. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes, it's nice to see you. Nice to hear you because I don't see you. Anyway, so today, first of all, I want to congratulate you with the final chapter we have today. So we have already finished the book and we read it till the end. And it's, I think, really good achievement. And so today we're going to do I think we will have a shorter class today, and we will just discuss some to-dos from the chapter 9. And in the previous chapter, it was about philosophy, and in the chapter 9, so it is about action. So what are to-dos that Robert offers? So let me be the first. I will remember about the first thing that he offers us to do is stop doing what you are doing. He said that you should better take a break and assess what is working and what is not working. And if you do something and expect the same result, it is like insanity, he said. It is really stupid and it's crazy. So stop doing what you're doing if it doesn't work, if it doesn't give any result. Yes, and if you have some ideas, you can add also about this or that to-do thing. So
Yes, I want to add something. Can I?
yes,
Maybe?
sure.
Well, I want. I like his expression. He said that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and hope for a different result.
Yes.
It is like a common expression. Sometimes I heard it somewhere else, and I like it, and I was a little bit proud for myself because there was a lot of things which I didn't expect when I read this book, but there are some things which I already know.
Yes, we sometimes know it, but still we are doing the same things and expect different result from this.
Yes, we have not to forget this. And sometimes, yes, we have to stop and think and look and make some conclusions and maybe change our actions.
Yes, sometimes we should do it. Okay. Yulia, would you please take the number 1 to do? Oh, number 2. Sorry. Number 2. Look for new ideas. Could you remember what he was talking, what he was saying in this to-do thing?
No.
Look for
Okay.
new ideas.
Yes. It was in the from the first step when we have to change our thought and our actions to have a good result. So we need to find new ideas how to make money, how to be rich, and thinking about it, we can find these ideas from internet, from books, or something like that. So the main idea of this, I think, we don't quit and don't give up, and try to find something new.
Yes.
And thinking about it.
Yes, agree. Absolutely. So we should look for something new all the time from the books. He said about the books that he goes to the bookstore and finds some book how to do something. And again, it is a formula how to do something. And he masters this formula. He takes it into action. And so that's how he finds something new, some new ideas. Thank you. Oleg, would you please continue with number 3?
Find someone who has done what you want to do. I remember that funny story that Robert said us. He told us he started to read 16% book, and when he had a conversation with his neighbor told him there's a stupid idea and so on, but he didn't try to do that. And Robert says that people who didn't do something, their advices are usually not worth anything. It is much better to find some people who tried to do something, even the thing went wrong. They had a experience which could be valuable maybe, and I think it is also has a sense because sometimes people talk about they didn't do anything and their words are useless, and they we shouldn't listen to them.
Yes.
It is much better not only to think, not only to know something, but to try to find out more details. And it is very useful to communicate with people who tried to do something, who had some experience in that sphere, what you're interested in. Invite them for a lunch, have a conversation, exchange your experience. It is very important and useful that Robert says. And
yes,
it
yes,
has
sure.
sense, I think.
And after reading this book, he went to some government office, and he met a woman there, a government employee who worked for this office. And he found out that she has already invested in such 16% so loans or whatever. And he invited her to lunch. He invited her to lunch and asked her everything what she has done already, because she had experience in that. And he asked her out, and she told everything she knows about that. So he read the book, he found a person who has done this. He asked everything from this woman, and then he took this into action. So he did the same, what she has done already. And that's what this point is about. So to find someone who has experience, who has done what you want to do. So that's the idea. And I also liked that. Imagine that you come to some office, you don't know people here, they are just unfamiliar for you, and you ask somebody from this office to go to a restaurant or to a cafe and to have a lunch with you. Would you do that? So it's for us, I think, for our culture, it's not really common. That's not ordinary, and when we don't do this often. So just to ask a person who you don't know for lunch and have a conversation with him or her, it's not really ordinary for our culture, I think. What do you think?
It reminds me when I was a student, I went to Salvador, and there were a lot of people who are not unfamiliar with each other, and many of them were very maybe sociable, friendly. They started to make friends. Maybe they they told about themselves. They told about themselves. And there was a great opportunity to know each other. And maybe in Russia, we don't usually invite somebody in a restaurant, but it is a perfect idea just to come over, to say hello. My name is so on, and my business is this, that, not be ignorant, not be arrogant, and often sometimes people also are friendly to you, and they are able to share their experience, to tell something useful about themselves, and we don't have to underestimate these things. Sometimes people are ready maybe to hire you or something, but you just have to do the first step.
Yes. Sometimes it's really hard. Okay. Number 4. Yulia, please, would you please just remember about this to-do thing? Take classes, read, and attend seminars.
Okay, in this step, he told us a story when his neighbor bought an apartment and on $100,000, and he have a seminar of which costed $500, and after that he bought the similar apartment for the other price, which and in this case he told us when he earn money when he buy something, not to sell.
Yes. Okay, so he just said that again and again he's saying this idea that we should learn, we should invest in our mind, invest money, invest time, and so be financially intelligent, and just we should learn all the time. And he said that he attended seminars, different classes, free and not free, so just all kinds of classes that he could. If he wants to know something, he just attended a class or a seminar. And again, he's talking about about learning, that we need to learn, and we need to be not to be arrogant, to be open-minded.
Yes, and I want to add when we go to the some target, we by ourselves, we spend much more time and maybe money.
Yes.
Then if we have a class, we have a formula, and it's take at first we think that it's expensive, but in real life it's not so expensive, because our time we have a formula already, and we
Yes.
don't need to spend our time to get this by ourselves experience.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, good addition, and I absolutely agree with that. Because when I want to learn something, I do it myself almost all the time because, well, I like learning and I like to have some new knowledge, new ideas, but it really, I waste my time because if I go to some class or a seminar, I would do it much faster and I think with better quality than I do it myself. And therefore, it's really useful to learn from people who know how to do that and who can teach you. And it's really important. Yes, and number 5, Oleg, would you please tell us about this? Make lots of offers.
I want to add some words about number 4 because
Yes,
it is
sure.
Robert already mentioned a couple of times about classes and seminars because it is one of the most important things. And he tells us sometimes where we can find even free classes. And also, it's not only about knowledges, also he's able to meet the right people there.
Yes.
And also, it is very important. As you told before, you said that you like to obtain new skills, to learn something new, but on the other hand, you waste a lot of time. But also, if you have self-learning, if you make self-learning, you can't meet new people.
Right.
For example, me, before I started to visit some speaking classes, I couldn't meet new people. I couldn't know interesting viewpoint, and I can't imagine that someday I wake up and oh wow, it is a good idea to read about Rich Dad Poor Dad. Yes, I heard about this, and why not? I want to do it. And now today we we already finished this book, and we discussed such interesting subjects, and I like it. I'm proud for my own, and for you all guys, and thank you for this.
Yes,
Well,
that's a good observation. Really, that's a good comment that you said about new people, meeting new people while attending seminars, classes. That's a good observation. Really, I didn't think about that. That we not
okay.
only take knowledge, take ideas, take information, but we meet new people. Yeah, really.
Okay, let's go to number 5. Make lots of offers. In the book, in the chapter, he told us a story that his friend and her broker, maybe her agent came and asked him, could you help us to buy apartment building? And they found six options, and he told him, make an offer for everybody, and offer them a half price. But they were assumed, they were shocked, and they told him, "Oh, it is rude. We can't do that." And after that, they didn't do that. And the time has passed, and even after that, that lady didn't buy anything. Robert said us that there is no such a thing as the right price. If you don't offer something, you can't realize, is it possible to buy something for this price. And and this reminded me, in Russian we have some expression. There are two fools. One of them is buyer, one of them is seller. На базаре два дурака, один продает, другой покупает. It is not about to be rude, but it is about to nobody knows what is the right price, what is the wrong price. Today you are able to sell something for this price, tomorrow maybe not, and it is a market. On the market everything changes, and also Robert said us sometimes I was ready to sell some estate if somebody offered me 10 pigs.
Yes.
They didn't try. Those people even didn't try. They even didn't offer. Maybe they were able to make a great deal, to make a bargain, but they even didn't try.
Yes. So he says, you don't know the real price until you have the second party who is ready to deal, who is ready to sell or to buy. So you don't know the real price before that, he says. And it's really an amazing thing, because I think we don't make a lot of offers because we are afraid sometimes of saying no, and we are afraid of somebody will just deny our offer, and we will feel maybe very sad or unhappy or something like that, and therefore we don't make a lot of offers. But he said, I also liked that he just said, it's a game, just take it as a game, and it will be easy for you to make a lot of offers if you take it just as a game, and somebody finally will say yes. And it's for me it's difficult to maybe to make offers, because I'm afraid of this no. And he just said that please take it as a game, and you will hear this yes from someone someday.
It seems to me it is. Can I add?
Yes, sure.
It seems to me it is like a skill. If you do this, one day you become more confident, and you do it much better next time. He told us, offer them half price. It seems to me if they deny you, you can offer a little bit more price for them. It is like bargaining.
Yes, it's like
Sometimes
bargaining.
bargaining. А если мы говорим торгуемся, как мы говорим?
Bargain. Bargain. На первый слог.
Okay, thank you. Well, and sometimes I meet my friends and they tell me stories about buying something for a very good price because they have this bargain skill, and sometimes it helps. And yes, many people shy. They even don't try to ask something about discount and so on. But I trained myself to do even one attempt to bargain, and sometimes people are ready and they say yes, okay, just ask for a small discount, and often people say yes. For example, if you buy some used stuff, not on in the store, on the market, and people also maybe they shy, or maybe they initially made a little bit higher price for this case, for this occasion, for they want to make an opportunity to make a discount, a small discount.
Yes.
And this is a good idea, just to ask, can I have a small discount maybe? And this is the first step. This is the first step how to train this skill, it seems to me. And don't be shy. It is not yes, of course you have to do it polite, but it is not rude to ask for discount. Just asking, it is not something wrong. За спрос денег не берут, такое выражение в русском языке.
Какое?
В русском языке выражение есть «за спрос денег не берут». Ну, имеется в виду, что просто задать вопрос, предложить.
Yes. Oleg is a master of Russian expressions and sayings. Yes.
That's because I like. That's because I like to find some expressions in English, and sometimes you are able to express your thoughts via these expressions and do it perfectly.
Yes. And also he compared this with dating, with finding a right person to be your couple, to be your husband or wife. So he said, you're not sitting at home and you're not waiting for a call or for a phone to ring. You just go out and so make friends or meet new people. So you offer, you counter offer, you negotiate. And so you do all this when you are finding or you are looking for a person who will be your husband or wife. So you're not afraid. So it is the same, he said. Just make offers, receive this counter offers, negotiate, and finally you will find what you're looking for, because you made a lot of offers. So don't be afraid to do this. Okay, let's remember about the step number 6. He said about jogging, walking, or driving in a certain area for some time, for 10 minutes, he said. Yulia, would you please tell us about that? What was it about?
Okay, it was about walking from some area and know about it. Maybe somebody sell real estate and it sell it for a long time, so he will agree on your offer. And something like this. Or maybe it is not good area and you checked it for some times, and after when it be better, so you can buy something. And here he told us that when you buy, you get property, and not sell, buy. So to buy with property, it's the main idea. And check the territory, check the area where you want to buy something. It's good.
Yeah. Yes, that's a good idea. Also, because he said again about first thing that if you do it once a month or regularly, therefore you know the changes. He was looking for the changes. What is changing? For example, so he was looking for a tendency. For example, if new retailers come to this area, that means that it is developing, it has some tendency to develop, and therefore he was going maybe buy real estate in this area. Also, the second thing I liked was again about people. So he had an opportunity when he was just driving or jogging or walking in this area, he had an opportunity to talk to people, to conversate with somebody who is living there, with some people who who are retailers or some maybe workers in this area, and he was talking to them and finding the information. And I remember when our own experience when we were looking for a flat in the city in Moscow, and we were doing just the same. We went to the area, but not regularly, but we went to the area and we were talking with people who live there, and we found out very interesting and very important details about this area. For example, that in the working day, you cannot just leave this territory because of the traffic jams and all the things. And we knew these details just because we attended this area and were talking with people there. And it is really a good step and to do this. But I think it concerns maybe the real estate when you are looking for some bargain of real estate or things like that. But maybe this, yeah, Julia, you said something?
No.
Okay, so let's just number 7, shop for bargains in all markets. I forgot what it is about. Shop for bargains in all markets. Oleg, do you remember what was it about? Shop for bargains in all markets.
In the chapter, he says something about sales or something.
I remember. Yes. He said about that we should look for the opportunities to buy something in different markets. For example, not only in the real estate, but in the stock or bonds market. And we should just see different opportunities in different markets, not only the market we are professionals in. For example, when the shop offers the discounts on some goods, say toilet paper, everybody goes there and buys it. But if there are some down prices in the stock markets, people don't go there because they're not looking for the opportunities in this market, in this special market. So therefore, we should find or look for bargains in all markets. Okay, then number 8, look in the right places. Oleg, do you remember what it's about? Look in the right places.
Maybe it is about real estate because it is very important where exactly you buy your real estate and
yes,
how can you use this in the future.
Yes, and here he also said about this expression. So how was it? The profit is made when you buy, not when you sell. So because his neighbor was waiting for the price goes up, but in the beginning he made a mistake. He bought this house at a very high price, and therefore so he did this mistake in the beginning, and that's not good. And he said the profit is made when you're buying, not when you're selling and waiting for the price comes up or comes down. Okay, look for people who want to buy first, and then look for someone who wants to sell. There was a story with the land he bought. Julia, would you please tell us about that?
Yes, it was a story about the land. His friend wanted to buy a piece of the land, and he found more territory, and after that he sell only a piece for his friend, and the other land it was his own. And I really don't get it in the exactly, because he told us that he has this area for free. So he sell this piece with a great property. Maybe.
So he bought it for free because he found this land and he found a person who wants to buy it. So he just, so to say, cut it in pieces, and he sold one piece to this friend or to this person who wanted to buy this land. And this money he used to buy the rest of the area of the territory of this land. And therefore, so to say, he used his money to buy this land, so to say. And that is just the mentality. I couldn't even imagine how to do that, and he could. So he has this kind of thinking and such kind of mind that he said, think big. If you cannot afford something, think big how you can afford it without, for example, without the money you don't have, and just don't use your money for that. Use something else, something else's money, somebody else's. Yeah, and
it's hard to understand, I think, because in our mentality, so if you sell something with something expensive to your friend, he maybe he can be very sad of this. So it's hard, I think, to our mentality to do with this. But maybe if you think about money, so your main target is to get it, not about friendship, about money, maybe.
Well, I think that is just a mentality of a businessman, not some fraud. It's not a fraud, but it's a mentality of a businessman, because he helped this friend to buy the land he wanted to buy. And without Robert, this friend of this person, his friend, wouldn't find this land. And so we can say that he helped him and had his profit from that, so to say. And for us, maybe it sounds a little bit like fraud or whatever, but maybe it's not like that. Oleg, what do you think about that?
For some reason, it is a little bit complicated question for me, and I try to find out something, and I can't add something useful.
Yes. And so let's remember the story with the computers, this number 10, think big. So again, another example, another story about the computers. So he needed a computer. He wanted to buy a computer. And he knows that companies give a good discount if you buy a lot of something, a lot of computers or a lot of goods. So what he did, he asked his friends, do you need a computer? Do you want to buy a computer? And he found several people or several friends, several buyers of this good, of these goods, so of computers, and they just did it like they bought several computers and they had good discount. I think that's also an example of a business mentality, of a person who has some business mentality. Did he use them, so to say, in our culture? We could say, so he used them because he needed a computer and he used these people to have a computer. Is it so?
I think there were a win-win situation. Everybody were happy because there was a discount for everybody.
Yes.
Ну, как это называется? Коллективная
Also,
закупка, да?
also, he didn't force those people. He just offered them.
Okay, I can give you another example. I have a friend of mine. This is a girl, my friend, a girl, and I know her for many years, and all these years she has the mentality like that. So, for example, one day she wanted to travel to some country. I forgot the country. Maybe let it be Turkey. She wanted to travel to Turkey. And she didn't want to pay her own money. And what did she do? She just asked everybody she knew, her friends, her acquaintances, some people at work. Do you want to travel to Turkey? I can organize everything, find a hotel, so making some trips to different towns, and I can organize this traveling. And so she just gathered several people. They paid for this trip, and she traveled to Turkey for free because these people paid for everything and she has organized everything. And this is just one example, and so she lives like that, and this is her mentality, and she doesn't think that is something bad because she did some work, she organized the trip, and so that was her profit. And maybe several years ago, I thought that is very, how to say, pragmatichna in Russian, we would say. And she's very pragmatic, maybe, I don't know if this word exists. And I didn't like that. I really didn't like that in her character. But now I would say just the opposite. That's just her way of thinking, and that's not bad or good. That's just the person thinks about life. And so she did some good for people. She organized the trip, and she knew some good places to go, some good hotels to rent, and they just paid for everything, and she was an organizer, she was a host, and she just traveled for free. That is another example of this. Okay, so number 11, learn from history. That was about the history of big companies, of people like Colonel Sanders and some other people that we can learn from. or some companies we can learn from. And so number 12, I liked maybe the best, or I liked it very much. Action always beats inaction. How do you understand this?
If you didn't try to do something, you can't do something. You can't get a success if you even didn't try. You can't learn anything. You can't learn anything new if you didn't try, even didn't try. That's it is not. It is not about a silly expression. You just think about it and immerse in this mindset, because sometimes we see people, they didn't do anything, they just talk about something. This is bad, this is useful, but if you ask them, they didn't even try to do something. And Robert told us, those people are arrogant. And there were some examples about this mindset, about this behavior, and even one of those questions in this chapter also mentioned this stuff. There was a neighbor who told him that book is stupid, don't do that. But after many years, that person has the same job and he didn't try to do anything.
Yes. Don't wait. Need to try, need to action to change something. It's
sometimes you can I finish, please?
Alec, yes.
Sometimes you have a good idea, but without actions, that's just ideas.
Yes, ideas plus action is the formula. And it also means that action is always better than inaction. Than you do something is always better than you don't do anything. And I remember the first chapter, it was in the first chapter of the book, he told us about life is the best teacher. So the rich dad was trying to teach them through some life experience. And so they tried something, maybe they made mistakes or they were wrong in some actions, but still action is always beats an action. So action is always better than inaction. And therefore I also like this last to do thing. Action always beats inaction. So therefore I have a question for you. First question. So this list of to-do list, does it inspire you, or maybe it intimidates you? So you're afraid of something. Does it inspire you or intimidate you? This to-do list.
The first thoughts when I started to read this, it compare what I already do, how I already think, and I want to properly check. I want to carefully check every statement. Do I understand it properly, and so on? Of course, most of them inspires me. Most of them are inspires me, but and most of them I already tried and checked. For example, the last one, if you didn't do anything, you can't change your life. But but I afraid to become self-confident and very to overestimate my skills and knowledges. But it is that's what I want to check and carefully learn.
Okay. Yulia, what about you?
Okay, I would say it inspired me, inspires me, but it's hard to action now. I need time to think about it and to count what I already have and what I wanted to get, maybe. So need time to thinking about it, to understand maybe more and carefully. So it's good to think about it. Yes, it's inspired, but something I knew and something working for me, but something it's very complicated.
Yeah. And maybe you can share, or if you cannot, it's okay. Just do you have, after reading this list, do you have some ideas just jumps out in your mind and you think, oh, I will take it into action and I will do this today or maybe tomorrow? Do you have some such ideas that just jumped out in your mind, like, oh, that's great idea, I will do this?
Maybe I will learn more about investing and try this in the future. So no, I want to try something from this book for my future wealth.
Yes. Okay. Oleg, what about you?
What for me, when I told about thinking about this book, I mean, it is not sitting in the room, it's just thinking. It is observe to, if I have an opportunity for conversation, maybe ask people for something which I didn't ask before, to observe other people, how they think, how they act, how they communicate, and a little and made some actions in my daily life. Maybe maybe try to use some of these advices and so on. It is not all. It is not just about thinking, but also about actions, but making small steps and carefully steps.
Okay. And as for me, I also had some ideas that just pumped in my mind, and I'm also the person who likes to think about something. I'm a philosopher, so some kind of a philosopher, and I have a lot of ideas, a lot of things that I think about, but I can't take this into action really often. So sometimes I do it, but not really often. And I liked the expression from this book. I wanted to remind about it. So it is about a book that he read about investing, and he said it took a day to read a book, a day to take action, an hour for lunch with the woman who worked in the government office, and a day to acquire 2 great deals. So 3 days and an hour it took for Robert to take the idea into action, the idea he read from the book into action. 3 days, and it's really very good result for me. And what I was thinking about, what I can do now, I thought that I know a person who has a lot of experience in investing money into land. So not in the real estate, but in the land investing, so to say. So he bought a lot of pieces of land, and he has his own profits in this kind of business. And so and I wanted to talk to him and to have a so-called maybe conversation or some kind of consultation with him, and to consult with him. And so I think that's what I can do, just not only an idea, but that's what I can do in reality, just to talk to him, to the person who has not only tried, but he has some profit in it, and he has some results in it. And that's what I can do now from this list. And also, of course, I like the idea about taking some seminars where you can find some people who did this or that, what you want to do. And that's, I think, what we can do, what I can do just for the right moment. And I think, so I don't have any more questions for you. And today we have this class finished, only 1 hour. That's so good result for today, because we had 2 hours or 1.5 before, and 1 hour is a good result for us. Anyway, so I thank you again for discussions, for sharing your ideas with me, with us, and for reading this book. And I think that we read it till the end, and this is just the first step in our financial intelligence. And not only that, I don't think that to be financially intelligent is the first purpose in your life. I don't think so. And I have some another philosophy, and I can't agree with that idea that, so this is the number one. And no, I don't think so. But anyway, it's a very important sphere of our life, finances and all this financial and all the stuff about money. And it takes a lot in our lives, and really have to be financially intelligent. And we should teach our children or other people how to be financially smart, and to have this mindset. And for this summer we will have a holiday, and maybe I will think maybe we will have some meetings during summer, but I'm not sure, because I will have some trips, and will travel much, and just the weather is really wonderful. I walk a lot now. And just share your plans with me if you want, of course, in our chat or in personal messages. And I will be very thankful if you have some ideas, if you share with me some ideas, what books we can read together. I have something to offer, but I want you to offer the books to read together as well. So please don't hesitate to offer something and to share with me your ideas about what we can read together. So anything you would like to add, maybe, or to say right now?
I want to tell you thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you for this wonderful class,
Yes.
for this wonderful speaking club. And I want to wish you a great, breathtaking vacation.
Yes,
As you told
thank you.
before, you are going to make some trips. And
Mhm.
if you if you upload some videos on the YouTube, I will watch them with a
Okay.
big pleasure, of especially if they will be in English.
Yes,
And
I'll try.
I think that's it for now.
Okay.
Thank you
Thank you, Elliot.
for taking us opportunities to keep in touch, and
Mhm.
I appreciate it. And thank you once again. Thank you
Thank you.
thank you to the Julia also,
Yes.
because I liked when we're not alone.
Mhm.
Um, it is sad that somebody else didn't join us, but I want to respect their
Mhm.
circumstances, and thank you all again.
Yes, they just said that the level of English is too high for them and they cannot understand and comprehend everything and it's difficult for them. But um, I had a group of 4 beginners of English. This is just for fun, just for speaking purpose and to read the books together and discuss them. So I like reading. I like reading books, and this is my first experience in reading in English and discussing in English. Therefore, I just really like that, and maybe somebody will join someday when they have the right level of English for speaking. But yes, I thank you, Alek. I thank you, Julia, as well. For me, it was pleasure, and thank you for sharing your thoughts. I really appreciate that because when we share the thoughts and ideas with each other, and it makes me full with some other ideas that I didn't have, and it makes me better and better. So I like it very much. Thank you again, and have a good day. So I will wait for your offers in our chat, and see you next time.
Yes, thank you very much for this class. It was my first experience in speaking club, and it was very interesting. And I will try to continue to be here. Thank you very much for you all.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Have
Bye
a
bye.
good day.
Have a good
Have a
day.
nice day. Goodbye.
Bye.